Hey, it's okay, I haven't seen it either. And with that, welcome to my review of The Time Machine from Back to the Future, a LEGO Speed Champion that was released on January 1st, so just a couple days ago. You may know this vehicle as the DeLorean as well. LEGO already did one that was called that, a little bigger I think, back in the very early days of the LEGO Ideas program. Here's a picture of that. And yeah, you can already see that this one looks a little dated. So it was a good idea to refresh this one now. The set comes with 357 pieces and retails for $27.99 in both dollars as well as euros. And that is the new price for Speed Champions going forward. But you get a lot of stuff for that money. And even though this price per piece ratio is already fine, you get 2 exclusive minifigs with it. You don't even have to pay that. I picked mine up on a 29% discount day one. So for $21.99, that's even better, but it was already a great price. I'm really happy with the pricing on this. I'm happy with the stuff you're getting for this. I think we're moving into the right direction with this one. Usually when I talk about sets, I also give a shout out to the designer behind it, right? But in this case, I just couldn't find anyone. So let's just shout out the entire Speed Champions team. I think they're doing some awesome work, and I think with this one in particular they hit it out of the park. I am not a car guy, right? And yet I still own a couple of Speed Champions. I got the Too Fast Too Furious car that they made a couple years ago. It's still available, I think. The recently retired Ford Mustang, the Dark Horse, was really good. So even though I'm not into cars and I haven't seen the movie, when I saw the first pictures of this leaking way back when, I knew I needed to get this. It's just so cool. Let's have a closer look at the box. On the top, you can already tell that the car is on a slight angle, right? It's lower in the front and higher in the back, which, at least for the hood, is accurate to the DeLorean. The backside shows us another feature of it, right? You technically get a 2-in-1. You can build 2 versions of the car depending on which movie you'd like to display in your Speed Champion setup, in your LEGO setup, in whatever display you have at home. That would also justify buying a second one maybe, if you're into that. Converting it is really easy, only takes a couple of seconds, but we'll talk about that when we get there. I want to point out the really cool box art. I think I like this background a lot, as well as the one on the front with the fire underneath the wheels, the lightning in the back. This is really cool. I wish they would do more of that. But I think I talked enough about the box. Let's crack this one open. Inside, I found 5 paper bags. Your mileage may vary, but I think now in 2026, we're probably moving very close to all areas worldwide having the paper bags, right? You also get an instruction manual. In the instructions, there's one double page, which is interesting. It shows you the original DeLorean from 1985 and then the LEGO version from 2026. And it's just cool to see them next to each other. Get the base that comes with most Speed Champions, and yes, there is a sticker sheet. But this is a Speed Champion and they come with sticker sheets. Usually I would not refer to this one as a small sticker sheet. In relation to the printed parts, we'll talk about that in a second, it kind of sort of is. You also get these 2 black rubber cables, which are used to create more detail on the outside. I already teased the prints that are included, so let's take a look at the actual set. Here it is. It's a work of art. I think I say that a lot, but keep in mind I usually only buy the sets I really like. If you want me to review stuff that I think is subpar, drop your suggestions down below. Maybe also consider leaving a sub while you're down there. The Speed Champion team did an awesome job trying to capture all of the curves and angles of the original DeLorean, the one from the movie. I think they achieved a lot, especially at this scale where you really need to pick the right pieces, right? Because you can't just brick build anything. It gets too small at a certain point. I think they did a fantastic job. This is truly a great set, and I think an early contender for, at least on the smaller scale, the set of the year. It's fantastic. One of the first things you probably notice are these flux bands, right? This newly printed part on slopes, as well as a couple of tiles on this trans blue color. It just looks fantastic. I built the version with the antenna first, and then I converted mine to this. This is the flying version where you get Mr. Fusion says on here, on the cylinder in the back, the white cylinder, right? That's also a print. There are 34 prints in this set and only 7 stickers. I think that is definitely worth the money. I am unsure. It's hard to tell, I think. Are these stickers super noticeable? Yeah, they probably are. The gray doesn't really match. So this is a sticker, right here, this one, and this one as well. And the gray is not 100%. I don't think it's super off, but it could be a little closer. But that's one of my 2 gripes I have with the set. There's another one. Let's just talk about it immediately so we get it out of the way. If you take a closer look at the windshield, there are some huge gaps. Let's take this fishing rod that serves as the antenna for the alternative build, and you can easily get that in there, right? This is a really, really big gap. Also, the doors can't just swing open, right? They don't open at all, because that would also be really hard at this scale. You can pop open this canopy piece and have a look at the inside, where we find a couple of prints and another sticker, the one with the plutonium chamber on the cheese slope. That's a sticker. The rest is printed. The flux generator in between the seats is also printed. Then there's a little pad to enter, I don't know, a code, I guess, in between the seats. And you can actually put 2 minifigs inside of this Speed Champion, which is really, really good. The front of the car introduces a new cheese slope. This is a 1x3, a new addition to the cheese slope family. This set also has a 1x4 cheese slope right here on the side. These are new parts, and the cheese slope family is finally growing. But this DMC element in the front, that's also a sticker. But the headlights, they do have printed windows inside, right? They're technically windows, and this is a printed part inside of there, which is really cool. If we take a closer look at the rear of the set, you find another printed element, this little dish, nice part usage. There are a couple of ice skates down there. And then the backside has a really long sticker. This 1x8 tile has a DeLorean sticker as well. For the license plate, you get 2 different printed elements depending on which version of the DeLorean you want to build. This orange one as well as the California Outer Time one. Nice touch. They didn't need to print those, but they did. The set doesn't only come with the car, right, which in and of itself is pretty cool. It also comes with 2 exclusive minifigs, and that's awesome. Have a look at the first one. This is Marty McFly. The designers gave him this perfect red puffy vest, very accurate to the movie. I think the part is originally from Dreams, which apparently is not ending. I thought it was. And other than I wish it had leg printing, this is a really good minifig. Also comes with a second expression on the back of the head, a more serious one. Looks really good. And then there is Doc Brown. Awesome printing on the torso, both in the front, especially on the back. I really like that big sign in the center. Wish he had arm printing, wish he had leg printing, but this face is exclusive to this set. And it does come with a second expression with a couple of band-aids on his forehead and a more concerned look on his face. I like this one a lot. They decided to give him the wrench piece that comes with every single Speed Champion, right? You usually need that to remove the rims on a Speed Champions. These ones, right? These are just tiles you could just pop off. I don't recommend doing that on this Speed Champion. Now here's the problem. If you build the non-flying version according to the instructions and you then later want to convert it to this flying version, you need to remove this pin, this light tan pin. Technically what you could do is take your wrench piece and try to pop it out. The rim and the tire in this Speed Champion are one part. Usually with the Speed Champions you get a tire and the rim, you put the tire on the rim, and then after that you add on the hubcap, and that gives you enough space to pop it back out. It's not the case for this. They are a little recessed in there, so it's hard. The gap is really small, which makes it look cool, but you're very likely to scratch the hubcap with the wrench. So I just took some pliers and pulled the pin out like that. You can replace a pin easily. You can't replace these printed hubcaps. You can also wrap, I don't know, a piece of paper around it and then protect it. If you have a lot of grip power, I don't seem to have it, you can probably just pull it out yourself. So should you get the Time Machine from Back to the Future in its Speed Champion form, I think even for full retail, this is a fantastic set that's definitely worth a pickup. If you always wanted to get one Speed Champion, make it this one. It's cool. 34 prints, only 7 stickers in a Speed Champion. That's unheard of. Look at the canopy piece, even that is printed. This is a really good set, and especially in this form factor, This is the bar now for Speed Champions. This is the bar now for small sets in 2026. And I think if we're moving into this direction, this is the future. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, sub to this channel if you haven't yet. We're trying to get to 500. And down below in the comments, tell me, are you going to be picking this one up? I'll see you very soon with another review from the January 2026 wave. There's more LEGO content on the end screen. Until then, bye-bye.
Welcome to my ant car. This is just a hangout. Yeah, I'm a crank that shit. Bro, that's so damn loud. It's nothing but a little intermission. Enjoy these soothing bars of utter indecision. Buddy people, you can trust me. It's an ant card. I know all those fire jokes and get you saying hard. It's an ant card. This shit ain't some voodoo, bro. I know you want to stay, but it's time for you to go.